I'm Dr. Kat Childers, Ed Tech Leader.
And I'm Christine, Classroom Technology Coach.
And this
is Vartek Tuesday.
Hello, welcome to Vartek Tuesday. So today we're going to talk a little bit about our brand new Promethean Titanium panels.
So our goal here is to make sure that you know how to utilize your panel to be successful within your first days using it. Also, we want you to be able to screen share from your desktop or your laptop or any device in order to be able to see it on this panel.
Today we're really going to focus on the basics of this panel. So we're going to focus on like day one priorities, things that you really think that you're going to use right off the cuff.
So down here along the bottom, you have your outer menu. We have, of course, our power button, our volume to increase and decrease. The middle button is probably going to be one of your favorite buttons. That's our unified menu. We have a freeze button. Our teachers who have our younger students will really like this. This is the no touch button. And then we have source. The no touch button is really important because when you have students lined up in front of your board and you don't want them to messing what's on here, you can click that no touch button, which means now they can't interact with the board. It won't move the things that you have on there, and you're ready to go for next time you come back in the classroom. Hit it again, and it turns it off.
All right, so this unified button that Christine spoke of, it is going to be probably the #1 button that you use as you're interacting with your panel. And there are several things that you can focus on in it, but today we're going to talk about the Fab Four. These are the 4 things that you're going to use more than anything else. So the first one is your locker. This is the locker button right here at the left. This locker button is going to be where you're going to find all of the apps that we've pre-installed for you and that eventually you'll add yourself. The next one is going to be the whiteboard button, and we'll click these buttons for you here in just a moment. The whiteboard button is going to be the button that creates your whiteboard. Now, there are infinite things you can do with that whiteboard, and we're going to save that for our next session. Stay tuned.
Our screen share button is right here, and this is going to be important for wanting to show off what's going on your desktop or even on your students' devices so they can see what each other is doing up here. And then the recent apps button is going to be one of your favorite buttons as well, and it's going to allow you to go back and forth between apps and programs on your panel.
Okay, before we go on, we want to really talk about that unified button we talked about earlier. We're going to go ahead and hit that button, and then what I'm going to take you to is your locker, and then we're going to talk about what apps you already have pre-installed on it and what apps you might want to use later. So when you click the unified button here, you're going to hit your locker, and then this is the screen that comes up. Now, a lot of these things were pre-installed when we got the panels, right? So things like your whiteboard, the annotate, Chromium is there. That's kind of Promethean's version of Chrome, but we've also installed Chrome for you. Screen share, all kinds of different things that you can go through. And then you'll notice when we get to the second page, here are some things that we've installed for you that we think that teachers are using quite frequently. Things like Sheets and Docs, Schoology, YouTube, Chrome, Slides, and Drive. Those are everyday use items, I think. But the other thing to think about is we know that as teachers, we want to personalize our panel. So you have the ability to go in and change the panel, add things into your app store, take off things that you're not using. You can go into the Play Store and add any app that you are readily using or would like to try out. You can add it yourself. All right, I'm going to take us back to the panel a little bit. Again, I hit the unified button. I'm going to hit the locker again. We could have also backed out of this, but I'm just going to take us right back here. And Christine, why don't you share another one?
All right, so one of the things that we want to be able to do is we want to be able to interact with this as far as being on Google Chrome. But we want to make sure we have access to those special things that we know we have, bookmarks. So we're going to go into Chrome here. And the first thing, in the first time you go into Chrome, it's going to ask you to sign in. So we're going to go ahead and sign in to Kat's profile here. Say, yes, I'm in. And it's going to contact Google and make sure that everything's okay.
Now, if you have not already signed into your Google Drive, which I have on this panel, you're probably going to have to put your credentials in the first time. But that's the same thing for every app that you normally readily use. So Schoology, you're going to sign in. Just like anything else, if you got a brand new computer, you got to sign into all your stuff again. This is a brand new computer. You just got to sign into your stuff.
All of your bookmarks are going to be located up here in the 3 dots, and your bookmarks are right there. So this works just like your Google Chrome. The only thing is you don't have your bookmark bar and you don't have your extensions. So keep that in mind when you're starting to use things up here on the panel.
But those are the same bookmarks that you have on your computer right now. So that's pretty great. We're going to do the same thing here. I'm going to take you right back to Unified Panel. We're going to hit the locker again. We're going to look over the choices. Again, your docs are there, your Google Drive is there. Anything else that you think that you may need on a normal basis, you're welcome to add it as you see fit.
Now from here, we're actually going to go back to our presentation. But how do I get back to my presentation where I already have this pulled up? Well, I'm going to hit my Unified menu here, and I'm going to hit that Recent Apps button. And it's going to bring up everything that we have opened. So since my presentation is in Slides, I'll click Slides. And it might take a moment. It's got to think through things. There we go. We'll get back into our presentation here. After a slight delay.
All right. Welcome to the Tech Tip of the Day. Today's topic, sharing your screen.
So we're going to give you a few different instructions here, but right now we're going to focus on how to connect from your desktop PC or your laptop. Now this is laptop, not Chromebook laptop. They're a big difference. Okay? So what does the screen share do? So it mirrors the screen of your selected device. In this case, we're going to be mirroring Kat's laptop here. And it's also going to be able to allow you to have interactivity between the two devices if it's a desktop or a laptop. So we have, there we go, we have some instructions here for you, and you're going to get these instructions in a PDF format. So the first thing you're going to do is you have to start with your panel. You're going to click on the Unified menu, and we are going to hit this little blue icon over here in the corner that says Screen Share. Now, the first time you do this, it's going to have this come up. You want to make sure Screen Share has access to photos, media, and files. So click Allow. And it's going to come up with this little box right here. This is your panel name, and this is your panel ID number. Okay? So you can move this out of the way if you have something in front of your board, if you need to. So we're going to leave this up here, and now we're going to transfer over to what we want to do on our laptop. So what Kat's going to do is she's going to open the screen share icon that is on her desktop.
Okay, so I have the screen share literally on my desktop. So I'm just going to click the button for screen share, and then you see it's going to bring up the digits. It's asking me for the digits to get into the panel. So this one is 044365. So I'm going to type in 044365, and then it's asking me to put in my name. So this is going to be really cool if you are using it with your students, because you can have them put their names in, and then you'll know who they are, and you'll know whether or not, whose screen you want to share. But the important thing about this particular step is that because I'm a teacher and I want to be able to control what's happening on my laptop on the panel now, it's really important that I click the little box that says Enable Touchback so that Active Panel can navigate your screen. That basically means I'm giving this laptop is giving this Promethean control of the laptop. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. And then the next thing is just to say enter the room. So it says enter waiting room, and now it tells me that I'm in the waiting room.
Now back on the panel, notice we have a little bit of a change in our box here. Our little people in the left-hand corner now have a little orange oval that says 1, meaning that you have one person sitting in your waiting room. We're going to click on that, and it's going to open this up. We can have up to 39 devices in our waiting room. We only have 1, so that's going to make it a little easier. And in order to bring it up, we are going to touch Kat's name, and it's going to bring this up. Now notice there's a green box around her screen. That green box means that we can interact with her laptop from the panel itself. So she has brought up Google Chrome here. So let's say I want to go to Google Maps. I can now click that, and it's doing the same thing on the panel as it is on the laptop. So I can control the laptop from the panel.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Dr. Kat Childers.
And I'm Christine Jesse.
And this was
Was
Vartek
Vartek
Tuesday.
Tuesday.